I speak particularly on behalf of Marion, Aaron and myself this evening in proposing this toast. It's simply the best time for our family as we celebrate the marriage of Gemma and Darren. Tonight I particularly recognise the grandparents, past and present, for they hold the memories, the wisdom, the stories that bind families together. Their support, their continuing legacy is really appreciated. To Rob and Ange, your immediate and your extended family, thank you for raising a great son and for welcoming Gemma into your lives. It means a lot to each of us. To the Cedal Brooks connection, I know that you join us in our joy and the opportunity to come together in the spirit of unity and celebration. Gemma and Darren, the cornerstone of any great relationship is strong foundation. Someone got it. We see it in you, the traits of love, empathy, honesty, integrity, along with the ability to plan for the present and for the future. But don't forget the flip side of the coin, the virtues of compromise, forgiveness and the art of reconciliation. Choose and live the best aspects of relationships that you have observed. Avoid the pitfalls to the best of your abilities. Chart your own course. Darren, you have run the gauntlet of our expectation as Gemma's parents and come out reasonably unscathed. You have met and actually exceeded these expectations. That's no mean feat, so congratulations. Darren, you have an unusual skill set, a bit of an enigma. You have maths and science as an engineer. For those of us who've seen your photography, we know that you sense light, composition and beauty, the creativity of an artist. It's a rare combination of talents. Round of applause. I also know you have what I call the Fred Stoltz syndrome. Fred Stoltz is an esteemed headmaster of Grace Lutheran College. And Fred had the ability to sleep anywhere, at any time. Your calm, considered manner and zest for adventure, combined with your obvious love for Gemma, you make a very formidable team. Gemma, we've watched you mature through a range of interests and phases. Netball, guides. Did you know that this girl was on the national cover of Girl Guides Biscuits? That was just the start of her fame. Dance, instrumental music, and at high school, your social justice phase. At high school, you were very social. Aligned with that, you sought justice for the poor, downtrodden schoolgirls by challenging the school's dress code, particularly makeup. Every school day, you'd apply enough makeup to make an Apache war chief very proud. This then provided us, your loving mother and myself, with opportunities to meet many members of the school administration staff. So much the better. You now live by the precept, less is more. At university, you found your ideal course of study and now excel in event management. Your skills and attention to detail set you apart. And that's obvious from today, the preparation for today and association with weddings at Tiffany's, all those small touches that really set your wedding apart. Well done. Gemma loves to seize the opportunity. When Aaron moved out, Gemma quickly established his room as her dressing room. When I look at your house plan, I see a great use of space, a master bedroom, leading to a spacious ensuite, leading to a spacious dressing room, lots of cupboards, lots of hanging space. There's only one problem. Where is Darren going to put his clothes? So Gemma and Darren, you are fortunate to have so many positive, supportive friends, many of whom are present this evening. These friendships reinforce the qualities of who you are. On this special day and into the future, we all join together and wish you great joy, contentment and fulfilment. A toast to the bride and groom, Gemma and Darren.
Thank you all. That's a bit of a hard act to follow, but I'll do my best. As you know, the human brain is the most fascinating and complex machine. It starts working the moment we are born and never stops until the moment we stand up to speak in public. As those of you at Darren and Gemma's engagement party will recall, so please forgive me for sticking closely to my notes. Firstly, welcome everyone again on behalf of Alan, Marion, Angela and myself, and of course the bride and groom, on this very happy occasion. I'm not the first and won't be the last to say that the bride is radiant and beautiful and a talented wedding planner. All around, what a simply beautiful day they have planned. Well done to everyone involved. Today I look across at my son and I'm proud to see an independent, successful, focused and fun-loving young man who is now beginning a new life with this beautiful, inside and out, woman of his dreams, Gemma. Like many little boys, Darren grew up wanting to do all the things that Dad did. He was only a toddler when he began smashing golf balls across the garden lawn with a cut-down driver. Of course, nowadays he smashes it a great deal further than I do. He was soon following Dad into a love of cricket, rugby, fishing, and all things sport, and he loved helping Dad tinker around with odd jobs around the home. Unlike his dad, though, he's grown up with confidence and charm. He was never shy, even when it came to the girls. As with all parents on days such as today, you reflect back on years of poignant memories and experiences with your child as they grow up. I remember his first baby steps on holiday in Cape Town. Darren waiting on the driveway on his bike to meet me coming home from work. Many hours playing on the tire swing under the big avocado tree in our garden. Catching a tiger fish together on the Zambezi River, the joy of making a century at cricket, and frustration of going out for a duck.
You can play for Australia.
Sibling rivalry, although thankfully they love each other now. Loud music, computer games, a uni degree, a fulfilling job, happy family holidays together, and so many more. My thoughts fast forward through the years to today. That little boy, quite naturally and rightly, doesn't want to do and be everything I am, but has become his own person. And as his parents, we are privileged to have watched this transformation. To witness our child, now a man standing with his bride, and feeling truly thankful and blessed for all he is and all that they will be together as a couple. Both Darren and Gemma are perhaps in a unique position in today's world. Their parents, grandparents, and many close family and friends have provided them with quiet examples of long, happy marriages. Today it seems fitting to especially acknowledge one such marriage by congratulating Darren's grandparents, Nan and Eric Green, who were married 55 years ago. Congratulations, Nan and Eric, and thank you for your love and commitment to one another and to your family that has helped in no small way to bring us to today. Today, Darren and Gemma, you will receive a lot of advice on marriage. Some of it good, some funny, and most you will probably forget. It's still my job as your dad to give out some advice, so here we go. There is no challenge in a marriage that can't be overcome by one or more of the following. I was wrong, you were right, and yes, dear. And women are to be loved and not understood. Darren and Gemma work well as a team, complementing each other. This is evidenced by all they've already achieved and done together. But yes, Gemma, you may have to keep an eye on Darren's spending when it comes to boys' toys. And Darren, are you sure that enormous walk-in robe you have in the making is going to have any room for your clothes? On a more serious note, Darren and Gemma, your love and commitment to each other is strong and deep and will carry you through the years ahead. Challenges of everyday life can so easily rob us of happiness. So keep on being loving to each other, even when you don't feel like it. Be kind, say you're sorry, and try not to sweat the small stuff. And to the beautiful bride, Gemma, you have been very much a part of our family for a long time now, but we welcome you now, Gemma Hillier, as another daughter and sister in our family. We pray God's blessing on your marriage and trust your future into his hands. And so can you once again join us together in another toast and of a happy life, a long and happy life together for Darren and Gemma. May your days ahead flow merrily like babbling brooks, and may the Hillier days be few and far between.
Gemma's best friend, Alicia.
Good evening. For those who don't know me, I'm Alicia, Gemma's maid of honour. Before I begin, I'd like to say that it's been an absolute honour to be able to share in Gemma and Darren's special day. I'd like to say thank you for everyone to take the time to be here today to celebrate the marriage of this amazing couple. I guess I should start at the beginning. It was the year 2009, and I was arriving to my usual Sunday night shift at McDonald's. Little did I know that that night I would meet one of the most special people to enter my life to date. She was young, outgoing, and confident. She was manning the fry station like no newbie had manned the fry station before. And she was wearing her brand new blue and white checkered top with her black cap to match. I don't know if it was the splattering oil or the shared distaste for the grubby back area boys, but that night a solid friendship was made. Since then, we have been on countless adventures, spent thousands of hours on the phone, and discovered we had brought the same outfit on more than one occasion. It wasn't too long after I met Gemma that she met Darren. I remember meeting Darren for the first time and thinking he had a terrible moppy hair and seemed like a little bit of a nerd. However, over the years, I've actually discovered he's one of the coolest kids I know. Ooh. I feel lucky not only do I get to call these two beautiful I feel lucky that I don't only get to call these two beautiful people my friends, but I have had the privilege of watching them grow over the years, not only as individuals, but also together as a strong and loving couple we see in front of us today. I look forward to watching them move forward in this new chapter of their lives, which I'm sure will include many more amazing memories, adventures, and achievements. I wish you both all the love and happiness in the world. With that, if everyone could just raise their glasses to Gemma and Darren.
Round of applause for Alicia. Thanks, Alicia. Next up, we have a person who's come quite a long way, actually. And before I welcome him to the microphone, I just also would like to recognise that there's quite a few people who have travelled a very long way to come here. There's a number of family and friends who have come from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Africa in general. Family and friends from Mackay and Toowoomba as well. I'll say Matt and Sol have come from Norway recently, just to be here for the wedding. And my girlfriend Fiona has come from Sydney as well for the weekend. But perhaps the person who's travelled the furthest to get here is the best man, Jason. He's come all the way from London, so please make him welcome.
All right. For those of you that don't already know me, my name is Jason, otherwise known as Gibbo. You call me Darren's best mate, his partner in that one crime, drinking buddy. I'm responsible for thousands of hours worth of Darren cursing while waiting for me to finally arrive somewhere. I'm also probably responsible for buying him that one more beer. Darren, I want you to know that it's an absolute honour today to be your best man. And it's also very honourable of you to admit, after all these years, that I am the best. All right. We first met at Gateway Primary School in Zimbabwe in grade 1. Back then, as is very much still the case today, there is no person in this world that I enjoy whooping more than Darren Glenn Hillier. Give me a racket, bat, ball, stick, club, you name it. We've spent a lot of time battling it out on the sports field. A long history matched with Darren's highly competitive nature make the highs of victory so sweet. But unfortunately, this means that losing is so much worse. Luckily for me, though, there have been more ups than downs, and considering I have the mic, that will stand undisputed. Okay, a quick disclaimer. I'm sure you understand by now that Darren and I have known each other for a very long time. During this time, I'd like to say that we've also shaped each other's sense of humour, so if none of what I'm about to say is funny, blame it on him. Okay, so before I speak about what a great guy Darren is, I'd like to say how lovely and well turned out everyone looks today, especially our beautiful bridesmaids at the back. They all look They all look fantastic in their beautiful dresses. Thanks also to your invaluable contribution to today's events and for getting Gemma here on time. I understand that this was no mean feat, as she put up quite a struggle. Gemma, well done for all your hard work. It really has paid off, and I must say, I'm honoured to be part of the only 5 minutes that you didn't get to plan. Fingers crossed. Okay, so this seems like an appropriate time to tell a quick embarrassing story about Darren. Has anyone heard about the first time that he got drunk?
Tell me more!
All right, well, I was there. I'll fast forward through an evening of drinking a super cocktail made up of wine, beer, vodka, rum, coke, to the point that we dropped home just after midnight. Now, you need to remember that this was a time when Rob and Ange were still sane parents. They still slept soundly on a Friday night where Darren was usually tucked up in bed after 9 p.m. after a warm glass of milk. Things were soon to change, of course. However, right now, it was absolutely out of the question that he would to be stumbling up the stairs drunk. And stumbling he was. If he could just make it to his bedroom, he would sleep it off and everyone would be none the wiser. And he almost managed. Until nature called and he got out of bed to go to the bathroom in a drunken, half cognizant state. A bit ironic, isn't it? Imagine his shock to feel his mum tapping him on the shoulder as he was about to relieve himself. Now, I obviously wasn't there at the time, but I understand it would have gone something along the lines of, "Mom, get out, I need the bathroom." And Ange replying, "Darren, that is our closet. The bathroom is over there." Yes, yes, folks, he had mistaken his parents' walk-in wardrobe as the bathroom. Rookie error. Well, I think that's as good a reason as any to give a special thanks to Rob and Ange. For raising such an upstanding gentleman as Darren. As he begins to build his new family, I hope he remembers the fine example that you both were. You put your heart and soul into raising him, and because of this, I know that he will put his heart and soul into his new family. On a personal note, I'd also like to say thanks to you both as well. I've always felt I had a second home with you guys, except that one time. That Ange asked me when I was finally going home and to stop eating all the food. In my defense, it was a well-known fact. Darren's house always had the best treats. It most likely accounted for him actually having other friends besides me. There must have been a separate box of treats at the Hillier household set aside exclusively for Darren, though, because the fully grown man you see over there literally hasn't grown since he was 13 years old. I was a high-voiced, 4-foot-tall, innocent young boy, and he was a man-child. On a serious note, though, I was so lucky to have a friend like Darren when I arrived at a new school in a foreign country. He's always been there for me, just as I know he will always be there for Gemma. Although I'm yet to have the pleasure of getting to know Mr. and Mrs. Brooks, I do know Gemma and Aaron quite well. They're both amazing, ambitious, and compassionate, a testament to the good values you've instilled in them. You should both be very proud. When I first met Gemma, it quickly became clear to me that here was a woman of many attributes: beauty, brains, wisdom, and fortunately for Darren, a disarming love for dumb animals. I wasn't so sure about that. Today, you look simply stunning, and it is easy to see how Darren has come to be so enchanted. If I may say, your beauty also makes Darren look more handsome than he actually is. Now, I've been away for a few years, currently living in the UK, and have unfortunately missed the most recent period of their relationship. But it came as no surprise when I found out that they were engaged. Darren and Gemma are a tried and tested, highly compatible couple. Darren needs someone girly like Gemma to counter the strong male influences around him, given he works at a construction site, but also to indulge his feminine side. Who else would accept him in those rare instances of cross-dressing? Or like that time he brought a hair straightener on a lad's ski trip? And let's not forget the constant need to have clean hands. So Gemma, thanks for taking him off our hands. We all know he's lucky to have met such an awesome girl as you. Darren, I now have a few little borrowed words of wisdom that may be beneficial throughout your marriage. You should always let Gemma have the final word in an argument. Anything you say after this will only be the start of your next argument. Whenever you're right, say nothing. It's not worth it. If ever asked a sentence beginning with, "Do I look fat in this?" do not hesitate. Do not say, "Where?" And under no circumstances say, "Stand back so I can get it all in." But above all, and jokes aside, be kind to one another and continue to make each other laugh. With or without these words of advice, I'm sure you'll have a long and happy marriage. Gemma, you've found a great partner in Darren that for me has always been a reliable and trusting friend. You're both generous, intelligent, and passionate people, and I know your life together will be an inspiration to the rest of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and raise your glasses to my best friend and his beautiful new wife. Here's to sharing a lifetime of love and happiness to Darren and Gemma.
Thanks, Jason. And I suppose it's only fair that Darren gets a right of reply as well.
Short one, don't worry. Excuse my voice, I'm nearly lost it. I just want to thank each and every one of you for sharing this special day with my wife and I. I like the sound of that. We're so glad you were all able to share this special day with us, so thank you. One of the things I realised as our wedding day got closer is that not only will I leave here today with a wife, but I'll leave here today with a whole new family too.
And aren't you so happy about that?
To the Brooks family, Alan, Marion and Aaron, thank you for welcoming me into your family. I promise that I'll do everything in my power to be the kind of husband you've always wanted for Gemma. Mum and Dad, thank you. Without the two of you, I couldn't be standing here as the man I am today, and I certainly wouldn't be as happy as I am today had it not been for your many years of love and support. Beyond bringing me into this world, you've moulded me into the person I am today. It sounds cliche, but it's absolutely true. You've taught me to be the kind of man who could win the heart of such a wonderful woman, and I'm proud to be your son. Growing up, you set a great example of what not only married life should be like, but family life too. There's so many other people who have meant so much to Gemma and I. Some of them were in our lives before we met each other, and some we've met along the way as a couple. I particularly want to acknowledge and thank those special people who have travelled far to get here today. As Aaron has already mentioned, from Toowoomba, Mackay, London and Zimbabwe. We truly do appreciate your efforts. There are too many of you to thank that would be here all night if I did, but suffice to say that each of you will always be very special to us, so thank you. The best man, of course, is Jason, as you've already met. I chose Jason to be my best man because it meant he had to fly all the way here from London. I was hoping getting him back here would make him realise how much he's missed the sunshine, and I think it's worked. Thanks, Jason, for all you've done to help make this a special day for both of us. I have one last person to thank, and that's my beautiful wife, Gemma. I feel so blessed and so privileged that you've agreed to marry me. It was only a year ago today that I convinced you to come out on the boat across to Moreton with me. You were rather reluctant, if I remember correctly, but I persevered as I had a hidden agenda. I couldn't have picked a better day if I tried. The bay was glassy. We got interrupted on our way across by a couple of whales, which we stopped to watch for a while. Once across at Moreton, we anchored up only to be greeted by dolphins playing in the shallows behind the back of the boat. It was difficult to get your attention away from the dolphins and turn you around to see me on bent knee, bumbling some words. It's all a bit of a blur after that, but here we are today, so I guess you said yes. You have already changed my life in so many ways, and I know that it's just going to get better from here. I love you more than words can express, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you. So thank you.